Have you ever woken up and realized your dog is taking up 70% of the bed? While you're hanging off the edge like a human comma, maybe you tried to push them over. They didn't move. Not even a little. Well, here's something that might surprise you. Scientists have actually been studying exactly this behavior. And what they found, it's not just
Your
about
dog
stealing
is sending you
you
a
a very
warmth.
specific message. Today, we're going to decode it with real science. Hey everyone, welcome back to Dog Psychology, the channel where we help you understand what's really going on inside your dog's head. I'm Hung, and today we're diving into one of the most common and most heartwarming things dogs do, sleeping with their humans. But we're not just going to say they love you and leave it at that. We're going to look at actual studies, real brain chemistry, and even one surprising finding from the Mayo Clinic that completely changed how I think about this topic. Let's get into it. Before we get into the reasons, I want to start with an experiment, because this one genuinely blew my mind. Researchers at Uppsala University in Sweden had dogs and their owners wear heart rate monitors while they slept, not during walks, not during playtime, while sleeping. And what they found was remarkable. The heart rates of dogs and their owners synchronized with each other 64% of the time during shared sleep. 64%. Think about what that actually means. Two different species, one human, one dog, lying in the same bed, and their hearts start beating to the same rhythm. That is not random. That is biology saying we belong together. So let's talk about why, starting with reason number one, pack instinct. Now, you've probably heard the wolf-to-dog comparison before, but let me be more precise than most people get with this. A 2021 genetic study from the University of Tokyo found that modern dogs still carry 78% of the behavioral genes linked to communal sleeping in wolves. This isn't just a habit left over from thousands of years ago. It is literally written into their DNA. Scientists today are careful to point out that dogs are not wolves. They've evolved significantly over millennia of living alongside humans. But that deep-seated drive to sleep near a trusted companion, that survived. And you, as their son, are that companion. When your dog jumps on your bed, they are not being dominant. They are not spoiled. They are following an ancient biological script that says, sleep close to your family. You're safer that way. Reason number two, your dog is genuinely protecting you, and the numbers back it up. Dogs have hearing roughly 4 times more sensitive than ours. Their sense of smell is anywhere from 10,000 to 100,000 times more powerful. By sleeping beside you, they are essentially running a 24/7 security system. But here's the fascinating flip side. When dogs sleep alone, they react to and wake from unfamiliar sounds about 90% of the time. When they sleep next to their owner, that number drops to around 40%. They actually sleep more deeply. They relax more fully because they trust that together, the two of you have it covered. So yes, they are protecting you, but you are also protecting them. It's a two-way security system running silently all night long. Reason number three, pure biological love. And this is where it gets genuinely fascinating. You've probably heard that dogs release oxytocin, the so-called love hormone, around their owners. But here's what most people don't know about the actual science behind it. A landmark 2015 study published in the journal Science, one of the most prestigious scientific publications in the world, from Uppsala University in Japan, measured oxytocin levels in both dogs and their owners before and after extended physical contact. The results were stunning. Oxytocin increased 130% in the dogs and 300% in the humans, 300%. The humans got a bigger chemical love boost than the dogs did. And here's the most beautiful part. It's a loop. Your oxytocin makes your dog feel loved. Their response makes you release back and forth all night long as you sleep beside each other. So when your dog curls up next to you at night, they are not just being cute. They are triggering a chemical reaction in your body that science formally classifies as bonding. The same mechanism behind the deepest human relationships. Reason number four, your scent is literally their happy place. Researchers at Emory University trained dogs to lie still inside an fMRI brain scanner. Yes, they actually pulled this off and then exposed them to different scents. Their owner, a stranger, Another dog, another familiar human, only one scent reliably lit up the caudate nucleus, the brain's reward center, the same region that activates when humans receive something they deeply love, their owner's scent. Your bed is soaked in your scent. Your pillow, your sheets, it's our side of the mattress, all of it. To your dog, your bed is not just physically comfortable. It is the most chemically reassuring place in their entire world. That is why they don't want the dog bed in the corner. That is why they don't want the living room couch. They want the place that smells like you. Reason number 5, nighttime is when they heal from missing you. Separation anxiety affects 15 to 20% of pet dogs, and according to the American Veterinary Medical Association, that number jumped 40% after the pandemic, as owners went back to offices and dogs were suddenly left alone again after months of constant togetherness. For dogs with anxiety, the nighttime hours aren't just sleep, they are recovery time. Sleeping next to you after a long day apart is how they process the stress of that separation. Think about it this way. You know how after a really hard day, sometimes all you want is to be physically close to someone you love? You don't even need to talk. You just need them near. Dogs feel that too, and their version of it is jumping on your bed and refusing to budge. And reason number 6 is one of the very first things a dog ever learns before they even open their eyes. From birth, puppies sleep in a pile with their mother, with their siblings, all tangled together, sharing warmth, sharing heartbeats. That physical closeness is how they regulate body temperature, lower their cortisol, and feel safe enough to actually rest. When a puppy comes home with you, you become that pile. You become the warmth, the heartbeat, the anchor. And even as they grow into a 50-pound dog who technically does not fit the way they used to. That lesson is still running quietly in the background. Being close to my family means I am okay. So when your dog hops up and plants themselves across your legs at midnight, they are not being a nuisance. They are doing exactly what they were taught from the very first night of their life. Now, here is the twist I promised you, and this one might genuinely surprise you. For years, sleep experts have warned, do not let your dog sleep with you. It will disrupt your rest. You will wake up exhausted. Bad idea. So researchers at the Mayo Clinic decided to actually measure it. 40 adults wore clinical sleep tracking devices for 5 months. Some nights with their dog in the bedroom, some nights without. They tracked sleep efficiency, the percentage of time in bed actually spent asleep. The result? Sleep efficiencies was 81% on nights with the dog in the room, 80% on nights without. 1 percentage point that is not statistically significant. In plain language, sleeping with your dog does not meaningfully harm your sleep quality. Now, there are individual cases where it can be an issue. Light sleepers, dogs who move constantly, very large breeds in small beds, those situations are real. But the blanket assumption that sharing your bed with a dog automatically hurts your sleep, the data simply does not support it. What actually matters is not where your dog sleeps. What matters is the bond you are building, quietly, every single night. So let's talk real benefits, because the science here is compelling. Every night you spend physically close to your dog deepens that oxytocin loop. Over months and years, the effect compounds. It builds something genuinely real between you. On top of that, the American Heart Association found that dog ownership is linked to a 24% reduction in cardiovascular mortality risk. 24%. That is not a small number. And dogs who sleep well, which they're far more likely to do next to you, are calmer, less anxious, and far less destructive the next day. Good sleep makes good dogs. That said, there are a few situations where sleeping separately genuinely makes more sense. If your dog shows any aggression or resource guarding around the bed, work with a trainer before anything else. If someone in the house has allergies, health comes first. And with very young children, the safety risk is real and worth taking seriously. In those cases, a dog bed placed right next to yours gives them most of the same benefits: your proximity, your scent, your presence without the risks. Now here is something I want you to actually try. For the next 7 nights, keep a simple note on your phone. Each morning, rate 2 things: your sleep quality from 1 to 10, and your mood when you wake up. Then write down one quick observation about your dog's behavior during the day. Were they calm, restless, unusually relaxed? If you can, alternate, some nights with your dog on the bed, some nights without. At the end of the week, you'll have your own data, your own result. Post it in the comments below. I read every single one. And if we get enough responses, I will make a full follow-up video built entirely around your real results. You just became an unofficial researcher for this channel. So the next time your dog takes up 3/4 of your bed and leaves you balancing on the edge with half a pillow, try not to be annoyed, because what is actually happening in that moment is this. Their heart is trying to sync with yours. Their brain is flooding with the same bonding chemical as yours. Their nervous system is quieting down because you are near. 6 reasons, 3 experiments, 1 conclusion. Your dog does not sleep with you because they are spoiled. They do not sleep with you because you failed to train them. They sleep with you because, to them, you are home. Science just took a few thousand years to catch up to what every dog owner already felt. Do you let your dog sleep in your bed? Drop your answer in the comments right now. And if you're taking on the 7-day experiment, I genuinely want to hear about it. If this video gave you something new to think about, please hit the thumbs up. It helps this channel reach more dog lovers who need to hear this. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next episode, where we break down another behavior that almost every owner misreads completely. Thanks so much for watching the next one.